Hello everyone, my name is Juan Osquibi, and welcome to the. I don't have really a name for it yet. Basically, it's a new series where I interview new people that are much better than me. And this episode is no exception. I have AI with me. Introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's IA here.
Like, how do you say it? AI, AI, EAI.
It doesn't. I originally intended it for it to be IA, but then once I realized so a lot of people say it like I, like like from SpongeBob. So like it doesn't matter.
Okay, so how and when did you start to play the Draft League format?
Oh, I think I started around the same time the UCL started up on YouTube. I think that was like around 2 years ago. So I've been playing Draft League for roughly around 2 years, I think.
Okay. Uh, what are your accomplishments in the Draft League format?
I've been champion of a few leagues, and I've done well in tournaments such as March Madness and Brawl for All. I think I made top 8 in the March Madness tournament this year in 2017. So that
Whoa.
was cool. Um,
Who won? Like
yeah,
Monotui, right?
yeah, it was Monotui, which he's the one who knocked me out too. So I only lost to the champion. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm. What was your best season in any league and tournament you've been in?
I don't know if I've necessarily had a best season. I don't think I've ever gone undefeated in a league, but I've almost been undefeated in a couple of leagues, and I only lose like 1 or 2 games per season, so they're like roughly all around the same. But
And let's
yeah,
let's not talk about numbers. What was your best league and tournament you played well in? Like you
I don't know.
won
That's tough. I
more than
haven't
this.
won a tournament, so to speak, but I don't know. I guess maybe the EBT of season two. I think I only lost 1 game that season, and that was the first game of the season. So
Okay, just to give you a perspective of how much he's better than I am, we are in the same league called the ABT, and I am the lowest division, and I finished 8th out of 12 people. Okay, he is in the top division, and he finished in he won two league 2 times in a row, and he's going for the first time championships, and this is actually crazy. Like
we'll see. I have some competition.
like Rob Jr.
Yeah, Rob's pretty good. So is L5. Um, yeah, it'll be a close match, regardless.
Okay, so you join a new league uh a new tournament. Uh, how do you plan your draft? What do you think is the most important parts of a good draft?
Okay, so I normally plan my draft based on cores. Like for example, a good common core that people like to use is water, fire, and grass. However, when I draft, you basically have to be able to adapt. So if you can't get a specific mon that you want, you got to be prepared for that to be sniped. So you got to like change up your game plan. And normally you have to try and determine which mons are the most likely to be drafted first, and then try to get those as soon as possible. So you don't want to draft like a tier 5 mon like round one. But also like you have to understand that typing isn't everything. So even if typing is different, it doesn't always equalize synergy. And that's what I think is one of the most important things you need to be able to understand when you draft. So if a team doesn't have good synergy, it can easily lose momentum in a game, which can easily cause you to lose that game.
Deep. Okay, so what was your best ever draft?
Ooh, my best draft. Um, okay, so I would say the best draft I've ever
Okay.
had was probably EBT season two, which was what I said was my best season. But I had Skarmory, Mamoswine, Greninja, Diancie, Leavanny, Megaladias, Porygon 2, Toxicroak, Chandelure, Manectric, Komala, and Kartana. And in most leagues, Mega Latias is banned, which is why I think this was one of my best drafts, so to speak. Um, it wasn't an open draft, so that's why I think this team was really good. Uh, it had good synergy and it had webs. It had basically all types of hazards. Had good speed and good bulk, which that's how I normally draft. I try to get bulk. Yeah, I just overall really liked it and it was fun to prep with. So yeah.
Nice. Let's talk mons a little bit. What is the most underrated mon in your opinion in the draft league format?
Hmm. Underrated. I would have to say it's either Kartana or Darmanitan. A lot of people think Kartana is bad in like the draft league community because of its pitiful SPDF, but it can easily sweep teams if they're underprepared. Um, and while it is kind of predictable in terms of like what it's going to do, it's actually pretty strong. And the other one I said is Darmanitan, and most people know that it's good, but they don't seem to know how good it is until it actually does work to their team. So like they know it's a threat and they know it's powerful, but they don't think it'll help them personally. So a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes it'll go undrafted, and I think that's a mistake.
Okay, so what is the most overrated Pokemon in draft league format?
Um, some people may disagree with me, but I think that it would be Manaphy. Um, it's a good pick, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of times it's forced into a role in which it has to stop something and it doesn't really do much else. That could just be me, of course, but I feel like depending on your team, it's forced to either I don't know. It's I think this one's just kind of personal opinion for me. I haven't ever utilized Manaphy that well, but I don't know. It can do a lot, but at the same time, I haven't had too much success with it. So, yeah.
Okay. Um, what is the most competitive league you've been in?
That's tough. So, okay, so based on memory, I would have to say the most difficult league I've been in was the second league I joined. It's over now, but it was called the PASBA, Pokemon All-Star Battling Association. And I think it was difficult for me at the time because I was a bit inexperienced. I'd only done one other league before that. And it was a tough league with tough opponents. I managed to come out on top for that league, but I remember at the time it was difficult. So yeah.
Okay. What is do you have like your best game ever, proudest game, like I don't know, Tangular Sweep or something great?
Uh, Not necessarily for draft league. The matches I'm probably most proud of are my championship matches, which I came out on top for some of them anyway, because they signify my determination to win that particular season. But there hasn't been a match where I've been like overly proud of. Like I'm not proud. Like I know how some people are like proud to get like 6-0s or 5-0s, but like that doesn't necessarily, to me, that doesn't prove that it was a good match for you. It just proves that your opponent had a bad time either prepping or battling you. So I think, I don't know, yeah.
We are now watching your comeback against Omega Tech, like with the Emerald, if you can remember.
When was this?
It was you against Omega Tech. That's the name.
Oh,
Yeah, with the
was this,
Salamence.
oh, okay. Well, this was for, March Madness, right?
I
I
don't
think it was
know.
for March
You
Madness.
just sent me the links. You didn't say anything.
Uh, to find those links again. Hang on. I don't have the replays open, so
It doesn't matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter. But it was a great game.
yeah. Yeah, I think I remember what game you're watching. Yeah,
Okay,
that was tough.
who is the best player you ever fought?
Okay, so I don't think there is a best player, so to speak. I've fought a lot of decent opponents in draft format. I don't think I could say one is particularly better than the other. Like a lot of it revolves around prep and team matchup. I've played Matty Brolic, Monotui, and King L5. They're definitely up there. Some of the toughest players I faced, as are Illusion and Rob Jr. But I don't think there is a best player. So it's like it it depends on a lot of factors. You can't just say someone is the best, even if they won the all of their leagues, or even if they've never, because everyone loses from time to time. So, and then there's hacks and all that kind of stuff. So anyone can beat anyone is what I've always thought. So,
Okay. Who is the best player you ever beat? It's
well, um,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Matty Brolic. I beat him in the March Madness tournament,
Really?
which was yeah.
I know he's taking it super seriously.
Yeah, yeah, he was a he was a challenge. It was a good game. But like I said before, I don't think there is a necessarily a best player. Um, yeah.
Okay, so what league you want to be in the most?
What league? Hmm. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to be in the GBA or the NPL. Of course, that requires me to upload, but yeah,
Like, why don't you upload?
mostly time issues, really, and laziness. Uh, I might get around to it this summer, but yeah, not sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
You just answered that question, but who is the best player in the draft league format?
Who's the best player? Hmm. Huh. It's gonna have to be me. No, I'm kidding. Um, I hear Gypsy is pretty good. Gypsy King, I think. I've
Yeah,
never played him personally, but I know a lot of people respect him as like one of the top battlers.
yeah.
You know?
There's that people have this top three uh, best players: Aeroslash Gaming, Manipulalic, and Gypsy King.
Yeah, they're definitely all good players.
Yeah. Okay, so last question: do you have any tips for a new draft league player?
Yeah. Okay, so I would advise for them to play Showdown and try to ladder from time to time. It teaches you how the game is played, and it gives you an idea of like what Mons will do, as well as what tricks they may have up your sleeves when you're actually prepping against them and when you're prepping with your own team. As for the actual draft, I would advise you to draft something you're comfortable with using and that fits your play style. Uh, Even if a Mon is good, like let's say you draft Manaphy because you know it's good. Everyone knows it's a good thing, but you might not actually be good with using it or prepping with it. And you need to draft something that fits your play style. And just make sure that whatever team you're trying to use has some synergy to go along with it. And this brings me to another thing. So when drafting, try to look at your weakness in your team and plan on counteracting them towards the end of your draft. So, for example, if you're weak to hazards, try to find hazard removal, but do so in a way that synergizes with your team and that doesn't force you to bring it every week as a liability. Um, as for preparation for each match, you can try and predict what your opponent is going to bring and prep based on that. However, if you can, it is much better to prepare for their entire team, even if you feel a mon or two is too unlikely to be brought. It's always better to be safe than sorry in this type of thing. And while this may be difficult to do depending on matchup, it never hurts to prepare for all possibilities. And if you really want to win and have the time on your hands, there's a strategy in prep that will help you do this. You can make a team against yourself with your opponent's team. I personally don't do this that often due to time constraints, but it can help you make a better prepper and player overall, as well as give you an idea of what they might bring or what they'll probably bring. And my last piece of advice is don't get mad at a loss, even if you get hacked the hell out of. Uh, you'll never win all of your games. Even the best players can't win all their games. And that's what it is. It's just a game. So try and be as civil as possible as well. You don't want to be known as the guy who can't take a loss or as the jerk who thinks he's better than everyone else. And yeah, I think that's my last piece of advice.
Okay, so I know you're hosting this tournament. They want uh, TMT. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Team Master Tournament.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Um, yeah. It's basically just like a fun thing to do with friends. So like each team is made up of 2 to 3 people, and basically they're put in a tournament of pools, and you have to basically. The idea is like for you to get in a call with your friends and to like prep and play with them against another team. So like it's kind of like a ghosting tournament kind of thing if you know what that is. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm playing with Hammer, which is a great player, and he's he's kind of teaching me how to prep and how to do things and how to be a better player. So that should be that should be fun.
Yeah. It's definitely a fun experience if you have the time. But
Yeah, I have too much. Okay, so I hopefully you enjoyed this interview, both you, the audience, and you, AI.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a great time having you here. Hope I can collaborate with you in the future and maybe fight you one day. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, make sure you like. If you want to see more videos like it, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has been Creepy, and I'm out. Goodbye.